Early last year, a video emerged of a young woman in Afghanistan screaming for help as security officials of the country's Taliban rulers came to arrest her. Tamana Pariani and her sisters had taken part in protests in support of women's rights. Since the Taliban seized power in 2021, girls have been excluded from secondary education and from universities. A strict dress code has been imposed, with women told to wear the hijab in public. And there are restrictions on work. Recently, women were banned from working for aid agencies. Our correspondent Yalda Hakim has been following the story of Tamana and her sisters over the past year, from their arrest and imprisonment to fleeing Afghanistan and finding refuge in Germany.
A young woman's cry for help. These images, recorded on activist Tamana Pariani's phone, then uploaded onto Facebook, went viral. The Taliban were attempting to arrest her and her sisters.
They started kicking the door. It was terrifying. I felt as if they were kicking my heart. I thought they'd rape me and my sisters. I wanted to escape. I jumped out of the window.
Their crime? Demanding basic rights like education at a protest in Kabul. Their apartment was ransacked and they spent a month in prison. After their release, I travelled to Kabul to find out what happened to them.
I thought the prison guard was going to kill us. I tried to move out of the way, but he attacked me. He came up and kicked my head. Then I fainted. After hitting me a few times, he went for Zarmina and he hit her too. He warned us that if he heard us again, next time it would be worse.
Even though they were set free, the fear remained. Almost every night, Tamana moved from house to house in Kabul, relying on the goodwill of friends to keep her safe.
I wear this to feel safe because the Taliban won't recognise me. I can no longer sit outside in a public space. They love to cause problems and keep you under surveillance. I have to move from this place.
Eventually, they decided to flee Afghanistan, and they agreed to film their journey for the BBC. Hiding under burqas, Tamana and her sisters made several attempts to flee by land to Pakistan and failed. They finally made it across the border. After a week of uncertainty, Germany offered them asylum.
Even now, when I close the bedroom door, I think of the Taliban smashing the doors and windows of our house. Even though I think the doors here are stronger than Kabul, I'm still anxious and need to sleep in a room where the doors and windows are secure.
While Tamana and her sisters are now safe in Cologne, their struggle is not over.
I didn't just come here in search of my own freedom. My escape is the start of my battle with the Taliban. I'm hopeful that one day I can return to my own country and have the kind of life I have here without the fear of terrorists.
While Tamana and her sisters are now safe in Cologne, their struggle is not over. They say they'll never give up the fight for the rights of Afghan women and girls still living in Afghanistan under Taliban rule. Yalda Hakim, BBC News.